What is up, DC fans, and welcome back to my channel. It's a very special morning on the DC Universe platform because a brand new show has released, and that show is Swamp Thing. I love the character of Swamp Thing. It's been a while since we have seen him on the big or small screen, not in animated form, and today we're going to talk about this first episode. I need you guys in the comments down below. Let me know, did you like this first episode? Are you excited for the rest of the season? And do you see potential in this show? Let's talk about Swamp Thing Episode 1. So something unnatural is happening in the swamps outside Louisiana when a mysterious illness strikes the town. CDC investigator Abby Arcane is sent to investigate. Like I said, did not know what to anticipate with this show. I knew it would have a horror vibe to it, a sci-fi aspect, a bit of drama, but I didn't know how well it was going to come together because we have seen on this DC platform, Titans, I think, took itself a bit too seriously. I liked elements of that show, and overall, I had a good time with it, but there are clear issues. Doom Patrol was a complete 180 from Titans, but for me it worked. It's actually one of my favorite shows in 2019 so far. It was zany, over the top, crazy, kooky, whatever you want to call it, but it was so much fun. Swamp Thing is another just distinct, different direction from what they have done so far. It is pure horror thriller, a bit of a mystery element thrown in. They are trying to investigate and find out what is causing this outbreak. Why is this happening? And as you anticipate towards the end of this episode in particular, and it's hard to do in a pilot, it's hard to establish a bunch of characters, get you hooked onto those characters, and then thrill you by bringing the elements of horror, but that's what this episode did. I was hooked. From the first 20-25 minutes of this episode, I was invested in the story. I was as concerned as the people investigating this mystery, but once the horrific elements start to come out and rear their heads, even starting with that little girl who had that nosebleed in class, the way that was handled, the filmmaking was great. The cinematography of this episode was really good. It's dark, and I don't mean, oh, it's dark so I can't see what's going on. No, I mean it's dark in tone, and it works for this character. Swamp Thing really fits well when you put that horror genre over top of it, and that's what they did here. And towards the end, especially that scene when they're in that operating room, and this creature comes to life, and it's ripping through this person's body. And the use of CGI, yes, but the practical effects in that scene alone, and you can tell that's the direction where they're going with this season. Even though we didn't get a lot of Swamp Thing, only at the main end, I'm okay with that. It's the pilot episode. We kind of saw the birth of Swamp Thing. You can tell they're going to utilize practical effects, and for me, that is awesome. It throws me back to The Thing, a movie that came out a long time ago, but still holds up because the practical effects are done so well. It's the direction that I think a lot of movies and shows are reverting back to now. They're moving away from CGI, still using it when they need to use it, like Mad Max uses CGI when you can't tell that it's using CGI, and that for me is when it's the best. You even look at a movie like First Man that won Best Visual Effects at the Oscars last year. Yeah, you couldn't really tell anything extravagant about it, but that's because the CGI was so seamless and it blended into that movie. Now, it's a weird comparison to make because those things have nothing to do with this thing, but that's my way of comparing it to how Swamp Thing is integrating CGI, and the use of those effects in this episode in particular was fantastic. Guys, I had such a good time with this first episode. It really chilled me and thrilled me in ways that I didn't anticipate. I even really liked the characters. At first, I don't know if I'm completely on board with this. I have seen characters like this before, and oh, we're going to go solve a mystery. We have to figure out what's affecting the town and what is spreading this virus, and then you start to actually get wrapped up in the story, and you just have this odd, eerie feeling throughout the entire first half of the episode, and then you get into where it goes and where it's going to go after episode 1, and you're just all in. I was all in anyways. I don't know what the audience response is to this episode so far because it literally just came out and I'm literally reviewing it immediately after, but I freaking loved it. Swamp Thing shocked me, surprised me, intrigued me. It's not the perfect episode, but it didn't need to be. It's the pilot, and now we get to explore the show for what it could be, and what it could be, in my opinion, is one of the coolest shows on television in 2019. All of that from the first episode. So I want to know, what did you guys think of Swamp Thing episode 1? If you like this single episode DC centric review, let me know. Hit that thumbs up button and I will do more things like this. If not, I will just wait until the end of the season and do a season review, in-depth spoilers, everything, and let you guys know which parts were my favorites and least favorites. But I thoroughly enjoyed this pilot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. More things to come. We've already had one Netflix review this morning, Always Be My Maybe, and then later on today, some more series reviews, and I am watching Ma here in a bit, and I can't wait to see that. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much once again for watching, and I'll see you very soon.